Hello and welcome to another game of Zach Top. Pat's 4-5 here, and I will show you how you can take Zach Top. This is not trolling. I'll show you this actually works. I'm not the best player, yet I was able to get to gold with it. We are against Teemo. So an incredibly hard lane. As you know, Teemo will counter pretty much all tanks. So about as hard of an account as a opposing champion as we can start with, and yet I'll show you how to do it. I actually, against a ranged opponent, when you go Zach Top, level 1, you should really be putting a point into your E. I put a point into Q just out of habit. Q is usually with Zach Top what you put level 1 into first. But yeah, typically the skill order is you max W first, E second, and then Q last. But sometimes it's nice to have that level 1 point in Q. But against Teemo, you should actually level 1 point your E. So that's actually my mistake. And I just showed you that combo I just did there that we'll go over. I just showed you why you do level 1 point Q again. I mean, just look at our health. He's popping a potion. I won that trade so much. It's because of the aftershock, and I can proc my aftershock on Q. And then I also have cheap shot, did 10 true damage to him, which sounds incredibly small, but level 1, that's actually a little bit nice. So that's why you want us to do level 1 Q. Alright, so now E. So Aftershock is up, so I'll just look to E on him. Not right now because he's standing in a gigantic minion wave, but when he's not staying in a gigantic minion wave, I'll harass him by Eing on him. Note, you should only do that into a Teemo when you have Aftershock up, like I do now. Yeah, so I missed the E, and that's what happens if you miss your E when you do something like that, particularly when the minion wave is big. Teemo will really punish you for it, which he did there. We're still doing okay. We're even in CS, and we outscale Teemo just super hard. So we're actually doing okay here. More he's kind of not playing this that well. We probably made enough mistakes that we should be losing this by more. But hey, if you're in low elo, if you're gold like me, you can get away with a lot. All right, so we're gonna max E first into this matchup, just because it's a Teemo. Usually you're gonna max first W. But a squishy range opponent like Teemo, you're going to max E first. And that's because we'll need that range to deal with them. And it'll be difficult to do extended trades with W. So missed E again, so that's not great. Warwick's coming to help, which is great. He took a lot of damage there. I think Warwick will get him. He should be done. He's dead. That's Ignite. Always take Ignite on Zach Top. I always take Ignite. Ugh. It would have been nice if Warwick helped me a little bit from the Zed. But great. Very good start for us, because we will just outscale the Teemo. So a Teemo into Zach, just how the champions are built, is Teemo is a champion who wants to poke the enemy down and get ahead. Teemo's going to be falling off a lot. Zach, the strong thing about Zach Top is just in the solo lanes, you're typically able to get pretty strong You just gain a lot of XP, and you don't really have to split that with anyone. And with Zac top, you basically just want, you'll often win your lane. You scale super well and just need to make sure sometimes you don't lose lane. So we have Aftershock ready, so I need to actually land an E here. And that'll be the difference between winning and losing the trade. I missed the E and I missed Q, so that's just a problem. Yeah. Luckily, on my last back, I did buy 2 potions. So we'll heal that up. We're up a small CS lead, which is very nice. Alright, that time we got him. So you'll see we're actually able to come ahead on that trade. And I'm going to wait for Aftershock to be up again, and then I'll E back into him. Also going to make sure he's not staying in a huge minion wave. Yep. And now we are 6. Yeah, with Zac, you heal every time you pick up one of these blobs. So trades that look like are even, we actually have won a lot because we will heal back the damage and he can't. We're also a mana-based champion, or a mana-less champion. So even trades are also good for us because they use mana from him, but not us. I think he backed, given how low he was, so let's try to push this in. Yeah, and just like that, we healed up. So we're full health. We're a level up on him. Oh, shucks, I can proc my demolish. And we have a huge CS lead at this point. He has an item advantage since he just backed, so we need to be cognizant of that. But yeah, we're doing really well. So what the combo is you want to E onto him because he's a ranged opponent. W just as you're landing your E, and then immediately Q, and then after your Q is when you ult. That's the dream combo into a ranged opponent. And I'm maxing E. And let's see if we can do it. Wait for my cooldowns to come back up. I need to farm. Yeah, I didn't want to fight him because I don't know if I would have won or lost, but I for sure would have lost that huge wave he pushed under tower. I need to be a little bit careful here. My passive's not up for another 30 seconds, and then we can fight again. But yeah, trades like that. He won that a lot because we had to back out of the fight. But you'll see he's also half mana. He hasn't bought any mana items yet. So in 8 seconds, I know we're super low, but passive will be up. And we're under tower, so that's a very safe place for Zac with passive. Alright, and we're gonna wanna see if that warded? Whew, just out of tower range. Well, Or got his flash. Yeah, we'll max W second. I don't think we can really help work here. Unfortunate. Luckily the team is doing really good. Yeah, Warwick wanted me to move with Teemo, but that was just far away for me to go. Well. Oh, I see the Kiana. And we're going to E out of this. Yeah, Zach top is pretty much ungankable because I can just E away like that. Fortunately, she just took my, she just used her, her Oracle lens. So I need to make sure I have this warded. And that is why she stayed. So, but she's basically no threat to me right now because I have passive. In fact, she's dead. I just, yeah, I had passive, so you can't tower dive Zac with passive. Yeah, I just did I unloaded everything on her, including Ignite, knowing that, she was taking a lot of tower shots there. It's, thank you, Thresh. Yeah, that's a nice thing about Slingshot is you have so much mobility. I was making sure I was going to get the farm under tower. I wasn't really helping. I wasn't in a position really much to help Thresh. And then thanks to Slingshot out of nowhere, there I was. I don't know what she's doing, but I have Aftershock up. I'm going to win this trade. In 1 second, I have E. Yep, there it is. That's the EW combo. I just E'd, and right when the E was gonna land, I pressed W. And now I should probably back. No, I'll stay. I want the CS, and yeah, that was a mistake. I probably needed to back there. I'm gonna be over greedy here. Just look at that healing.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
All right, I'm gonna try to E him. I'm gonna try. See, I'll start with Q just because he's been difficult to land the E's. And how did you break my Q there? Yeah, I should have backed when I said I needed to back. I just got over greedy instead. Anyway, so I just got Spirit Visage, super strong on Zac. It's gonna give me MR so I can deal with the Teemo. CDR, which is great, and then the passive is key. Increases all healing by 30%. And I currently have a lot of different healing just from my passive of picking up the blobs, and then my runes. So that is just going to be absolutely massive. Against AP matchups, so when the enemy top laner is an ability power-based champion, I always go Spirit Visage first. When the enemy top laner is an AD champion, I go Sunfire Cape first. And then whichever one I built first, I always build the other second. And then I pretty much always do Leandre's Torment third item. Leandre's is just so good because Zach also has AP scaling, and I usually get Leandre's for the AP. But then the passive is so strong, it's the longer you're in a fight, the more damage you do. And since I'm a tank with healing, I'm in fights for a long time. And then also has you deal more damage if you slowed the champion and Zach or CC'd them. And Zach has a lot of CC and slows in his kit. His Q is a slow. And pretty much all his abilities except for W are knock-ups. Nice job, Warwick. Yeah, I missed Slingshot, but it didn't matter. Warwick just basically did all the work there. Now, he didn't need... if, let's say, Warwick didn't make as strong a play there, Teemo was still dead. Because I might have missed Slingshot, but I did have Flash, I had Ignite, I had Ultimate. So, yeah, Zach is just a super great laner to gank for. Particularly if Teemo doesn't just crush Zach in lane, which this Teemo did not do, Zach is just going to really, really outscale the Teemo.
Killing spree.
So this is over. Really just great job from everyone on the team. But yeah, I'm glad we got this video in. As you saw, the start to the game was really key for this lane, and it was kind of, can you go even with Teemo, and can you just not have him bully you around? And we actually made some mistakes there that a better Teemo player might have taken advantage of. This is gold, so the players are good, but definitely not perfect. So since we're under tower, I will just use ult. Unfortunate. Looks like yeah, Warwick didn't need to die there. He could have left a little earlier. Because I had plenty of health to finish off that Teemo, but I think he underestimated Teemo's burst. Or maybe it was the tower's burst. But alright, it's okay. The score is 8:30, so this is pretty much over. We're just gonna stay here and get this tower. You'll notice in the runes. So Aftershock is really what makes Zach top possible. I know with the Conqueror rework, some folks are excited about Zach Conqueror. I don't really do Zach Jungle a lot, so I can't really speak to that. But I think a few different runes are viable for Zach Jungler. Zach top, you just need Aftershock, and you'll just play around it so much. But just that combo of that combo that you have, you will be proccing Aftershock, both E and Q proc Aftershock, and then since you really Zach's a champion that goes on them, Aftershock is just so effective. Yeah, your main combo that I do when I'm Zach is pretty much to Q them. Then followed by E, then W right away, then alt. So Q, E right away, W I did as well, then alt, just ignited the Z to get him, and I'm gonna probably double kill this. Q does have a slow. Unfortunately there was nothing for me to bang Teemo against. And he really is not giving up on this. And that is a double kill. So yeah, so it's funny. I was just showing you the combo, then I did it perfectly. So you start with Q, and if you're fighting two champions, then you can just Q them together, and then the rest of your and then that'll bring them together, and the rest of your kit is AOE. So you could potentially apply most of your kit to both of them, which is what I just did there, and why I was able to 2v1. But you Q, then right after Q, and Q's gonna proc your aftershock, by the way. Then right after you Q, you E onto them. And then right as your E is landing, you press W. And then try to get an auto, and then but that's not super important. And then alt. And yeah, and then the nice thing is while you're in alt, your other cooldowns like E and Q will be coming off cooldown during your ult. So after your ult's over, hopefully you can use those pretty soon. And in your ult, here's another really good Zac tip. In your ult, you can use W. So as you're about to land on the enemy, as you're ulting, keep pressing W for that damage. Usually as Zac top, you're going to be maxing W. So your W is going to be doing a lot of damage, particularly to tanks. Like, you see that? I E'd, E's doing 260 damage, and then just as I E'd, I did W, which is doing 85 damage plus 8% of his max health. Braum is a tank. He's building a lot of health. 8% of his max health, plus that base from the W and the E, that was a lot of damage. Plus also Bambi Cinder, which turns into Sunfire, plus Aftershock. There's a lot of damage to be dealt there. Yeah, so that's a good video into Zac top. Great that we did well into that in that Teemo matchup. Yeah, stay tuned. I'll try to post more.